What is going on, everybody? Sam Dog, the infamous 253, coming at you guys. We are 1 day away from the NFL preseason beginning. Officially tomorrow, I am joined by my friend Aneesh Kumar. You know him, Seahawks fan, Seahawks fan, season ticket holder, comes all the way down from Vancouver, BC for the games. And we're going to talk to you about what we are looking forward to with the preseason. Aneesh, let them know what's up, man.
What's up, guys?
Yeah, so this coming preseason, lots of changes, you know, with the defense, Frank Clark being gone. So what are you looking forward to see? Because one of the things I'm anxious to see, and because, you know, we got Jarran Reed suspended for the 6 games, is who comes up off the bench and who improves and has an impact for our defense.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to look forward to, especially with the preseason starting tomorrow, especially against the Denver Broncos. I mean, we already know what we expect on defense with Reed being out. That's a big loss. But I do believe we've got other guys to step up temporarily, right, for the time being. I mean, you can't replace a guy like that because he's just a beast out there. But at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is. We just got to make the best of what we've got right now. And, you know, tomorrow especially, you know, we got, you know, Russell's not starting. But that's a good thing, I think, because, you know, we just need him fresh for the regular season. And,
Flacco's starting for the Broncos tomorrow. Yeah,
Flacco's playing tomorrow for the Broncos, but we got to find out who's going to win this, you know, this backup job, right? Because Geno Smith's starting, and then Paxton Lynch. Obviously, that's going to be a competition. Probably go through, you know, we won't know that till probably the end of the preseason, right? Who wins the backup job?
Right. So, but common sense always says we take experience over non-experience. But man, so Russell's not gonna play tomorrow?
Well, if the reports are true, I mean, I think that Seahawks may have come out with something. I'm not sure, but the last I saw was that he wasn't scheduled to start tomorrow, which is fine because, you know, we know what you got. I mean, Russell Wilson's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. He's top 3 quarterbacks. So
I mean, I like the idea of resting our starting quarterback. That's for sure. You know, I mean, but definitely like to still, I mean, get a little bit. I mean, even if you just play him 1 or 2 series, you know, to see how he goes with, you know, with Tyler Lockett or see him throw a ball to DK Metcalf deep. But I guess if the reports are true, I like the idea of resting Russell, though, and then getting our backups going a little bit, too. But then, like we mentioned, for the defensive side of the ball, I'm kind of anxious to see. Obviously, Collier is going to be debatable by week 1 because of that injury, though, depending on what happens. He could play week 1 for what I'm seeing in reports. But I want to see Poona Ford step up in year number 2. I mean, he did pretty good his rookie year. Let's see what he can do in year number 2. Poona Ford on defense. Let's see if how well see if any of our other rookies or undrafted rookies, or see if anybody can step up off the bench and get some pressure and force some sacks and have an impact, and see if anybody on our defense can do that. I mean, we got obviously rookie Marquise Blair coming in. We got Cody Barton. Ben Burke-Kirven's playing tomorrow too. And then who else from we got to see how Nas Jones will do in year 3, if he's even going to play or whatnot too. I mean, I don't know what's going on with Nas right now though, but and then Bobby Wagner, see if he can continue to do his thing, keep him healthy. And then, I mean, any other names you want to see out there, even familiar veterans or anyone? I know Ziggy will probably be ready for week 1, but who we're going to see in the preseason?
You want Akeem King?
Oh yeah, that's right, Akeem King. He's the one that shut down Travis Kelce in the Kansas City game. Almost forgot about him. Akeem King, hopefully he can step up in year number 2.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, you know, on the defensive side, Earl Mitchell. You know, that's someone else that you want to, you know, maybe look at as far as how he does.
Barkevious Mingo.
Yeah.
I mean,
but I'm more intrigued, Sam Doug, with the wide receiver situation. We got a lot of young guys on the wide receiver end. You know, we got John Ursua. You know, he drafted in the 7th round. You know, I think that, you know, he's going to make hopefully, you know, we're going to see where he fits in, how he plays in the preseason.
Yep.
I mean, it's kind of like a log jam, you know what I mean? At the wide receiver position, we also got, you know, Jennings as well.
Jennings, Metcalf, that's basically Keenan Reynolds, who we had last year, but he was started out. Remember, Keenan Reynolds started off as a quarterback in Navy when he was drafted by the Ravens, and the Ravens let him go, and then he came to us, and I mean, he was looking good in the mock game at Pop Keeney Stadium. I got one of his catches on that video too. I mean, hopefully he can have a big impact. I'm anxious to still see. I hope one of the undrafted rookies I want to see have an effect, because I've heard some things about him, and he's a 6'5" guy. I want to see what Jazz Ferguson can do. Yeah. Jazz Ferguson, you know how me and my dad have talked about having a big body receiver too. I know we got Metcalf coming into his own. Hopefully Metcalf can, you know, be big time for us along with Gary Jennings. But I want to see what I hope Jazz Ferguson could have an impact too. Really pulling for him, and also for Terry Wright, another speed guy who was undrafted out of Purdue. Maybe he can do something at receiver. Because you got a good point though. The receiving core is going to be big time this year for the Seahawks in 2019.
There's going to be, like I said, it's a logjam at the moment as far as who makes it. Obviously, DK Metcalf's going to be, from all accounts, when it looks like he's supposed to be the real deal. Like, just like you, I was very excited when we got him. I was surprised he was even there when he picked him. I mean, we drafted Collier and then we got Blair. I was surprised that we had, that we were able to get him because I thought he'd be gone. He was a graded a first round guy. I thought for sure he'd be in the first round. So he fell literally in our lap. So we got really, I felt lucky with a big time, big body receiver like that, who I think is going to have a major impact and he has the ability to be a great receiver. Especially playing with Russ. Like I said, Russ is like the best quarterback in the NFL, or one of the best. And like I said, I think expectations. We finished 10-6 last year and made the playoffs, right?
And we were supposed to go 4-12, and nobody expected us to do that. I didn't even expect us to do us, but I'm happy that they surprised. And who knows what we can do this year? Hopefully, this year the sky's the limit for us. I mean, not saying anything. I mean, obviously not saying perfect, but because we know we're gonna lose some games along the way. Because it's hard to go perfect. I mean, obviously the only team to do it is the 72 Dolphins, and the closest team to doing it again, obviously 2007 Patriots, but lost Super Bowl 42. But it is hard to do it. But no one can be perfect. I mean, it's hard. No one. I don't think anyone will ever come close to being perfect because. We know for a fact, us Seahawks fans know, there are going to be some losses along the way. Heck, there were some losses along the way when we were trying to get Super Bowl 48, when we lost those 3 games to the Colts, the 49ers, and the Cardinals. And then, we had that comeback the way we did, and we finished strong.
Yeah, that's a good point. But I got to ask you another question, though, as far as the running back game. I mean, obviously we got, Carson being the lead back, 1,000-yard receiver from last year.
Yep, Carson.
And then we got Rashad Penny, obviously, who's, a game-changing back. Like that he was drafted in the first round. He can be that game-changing back guy that can catch the pass out of the backfield. But then you've also got C.J. Procise, right? That's in there.
Procise is hurt again. Procise got hurt again, from what I heard.
He ain't playing, but J.D. McKissick, for example, as well. There's also, and don't forget, we got Bo Scarborough as well, right?
I like J.D. McKissick, to be honest. McKissick is versatile, and I always kind of saw him. I always thought he should be more of a receiver. I see McKissick more as a receiver than a running back because even though he's a running back, though, McKissick can run really good routes and make good catches, too. And it's been proven. The 2017 game against the Colts where he had the rushing touchdown, and he had that nice catch for the touchdown, which happened to be the game, unfortunately, where Carson got hurt in 2017. Yeah. And then he had that touchdown against the Philadelphia Eagles in the 2017 year, too. And then he scored a touchdown against the Cowboys, even though we couldn't beat the Cowboys in the playoffs that last year, unfortunately, though. I really like what McKissick brings. And then Carson, I heard that Carson is 100% this year. Yeah. Like, he's 100% healthy, and I hope Carson can, have a big-time year. I even told him at the Pop Keeney training camp in that video. I mean, of course, the guys were speaking on the overhead speaker for the preseason game coming up while I was trying to talk to Carson. Unfortunately, I was by that speaker, but I told Carson hopefully to have another 1,000-yard rushing season. I hope he can I set him a goal, 1,500 rushing yards, as in 1,500 rushing yards. Let's hope that Carson can continue going up, man, because he's been a big-time steal for us in that 7th round since we got him in 2017, although, unfortunately, with the injury. But when he had an improvement year last year, I'm anxious to see more Chris Carson dominating in the running game for us. And then hopefully Rashad Penny, can have a big-time year this coming year, too. We can just get some holes for him open on the offensive line. I like the speed that Penny brings, especially with the touchdown run he had against the 49ers last year in the 40-burger that we dropped on them. And then, of course, his first touchdown run against the Rams. I mean, I hope Penny had a slow start, but he looked like he was starting to get some momentum. Hopefully he can have more flash and have a good year as well, and we can have hopefully a good two-headed monster with Carson and Penny, and maybe Travis Homer in the mix or McKissick,
Yeah, and I'll stick that maybe even with that running back, there's a little bit of logjam. The top 2 guys are going to be obviously Carson, Penny, but then it's kind of like what's after that. Who's going to get who's going to be on the roster, and who's going to get put on the practice squad. I think that's the other thing that you got to look at, or who's going to get released, right? Unfortunately, but other things I'm looking forward to is the cornerbacks, obviously, right?
The backup quarterbacks with the cornerback. Oh, you said cornerbacks.
Cornerbacks, right? You know, with Trey Flowers and Shaquille Griffin. I think
Shaquille.
Trey Flowers is gonna have a good year this year, a really good year.
I've been hearing a lot of positives about Trey Flowers for sure. I'm hoping Trey can go up. I mean, of course, he had some flaws last year, but hopefully he can do better. I mean, I know he made the big stop in the Carolina game, which forced the Graham Gano missed field goal, and then Shaquille Griffin kind of had a rusty year. I mean, he played it wrong, completely wrong. He should have been playing the outside when Zeke had that big run in the playoff game because they played it way inside, and then Zeke left Zeke wide open room outside to have that big run. So hopefully, we can have a little bit of a better year with Shaquille, and then Bradley McDougall, obviously, with the safety position, and Marquise Blair. I'm hoping McDougall can still continue. I even told him, from last year when he picked off Cam Newton at the first day of training camp, I wish I would have gotten that video asking them who he's going to pick off this year, so I'm anxious to see who he picks off this year. But let's get back to what you're talking about with Griffin and Akeem and Trey Flowers and Akeem Kane, the secondary.
Yeah. I mean, I think those are pretty good, pretty solid at that position, right? I think Shaq Griffin. I mean, obviously, I think he's gonna have a really good year. I think he can. I think he's prepared himself this year to have even a better year this year compared to last. I think he was disappointed. I think what he was saying, what happened as far as how the season ended for him last year, as far as his overall season. I think this year, I think he's gonna work himself into having a really good year. And I'm really sold on Trey Flowers. I think he's gonna have a big year. And like I said, as far as the safety position, like I said, Marquise Blair, he's a high draft pick, right? Second round pick. There's I don't know what the expectations are, but but he looks like, from what all accounts, he looks like he's going to be a pretty good player. Obviously, we don't want to put too much pressure on these rookies.
Nope.
Because there's going to be mistakes along the way, right? At the end of the day. But like I said, it's going to be a really good year. Can't wait to get started tomorrow. So it's going to be really, really good. Anything particular you're looking at? Else you looking at seeing the kicking? I mean, the kicking game, obviously, the kicking.
Jason Myers, hell yeah! Thank God, no more Blair Walsh, no more Sebastian Janikowski. Hell, thank God we never took a chance on. Hopefully, thank God we never gave another chance to the king of the doink, Cody Parkey. Kind of like how we gave Blair Walsh another chance, and that proved to be a big time mistake because we missed the playoffs because of that. I'm glad we didn't make that mistake. Glad we got a Pro Bowl kicker. And thank God we did not make that mistake in giving the king of doinks, Cody Parkey, another chance.
Yeah, I mean, I think kicking, it'll be much improved this year. Like I said, it's gonna be a great season. Can't wait to get it going tomorrow. It's gonna be awesome seeing all the fans and stuff in the stadium, and just being in that environment tomorrow. It's gonna be awesome. Whether you're watching it at home or whether you're watching in the stands or no matter where you're watching it,
it's gonna be good to get our feet back in the ground in the stadium. And I can't wait to get back by the corner by the tunnel, get back in my corner, and get our boys pumped up. And I'm kind of thinking about doing it in a different way. I'm kind of thinking about with the videos, doing player interaction videos and putting a completely separate video of that first before putting my game footage on in a completely other separate video. Do you think that would be a better idea or way to do that instead of cramming it all into one?
To be honest with you, what my opinion is, just keep doing what you're doing. You're doing a good job at it, and just keep doing what you're doing. I think the interactions, I think a lot of fans that to watch your videos and just in general like the interactions. It's something different. You don't see that out there, right? You see a lot of other videos just of the play, but you get the interactions. You're right there. I think that's what sets your videos apart from others, right? So
yeah,
I think you do I think you're doing a good job, and I think you should do what you need to do with that, right? Because I think it's really good.
I mean, Norb doesn't do that. I've been trying to talk to Norb about trying to do a game where he comes down and does it with me, which hopefully one of these days we can make that happen. But I love doing those interactions. I mean, especially for giving the viewers an inside look at how I do it and just pumping our boys up and just doing awesome things with it too. I love doing that, especially meeting the players, getting autographs when I need to too, and just telling them hey, you're gonna have a big time game, big time stop, and make sure to stop who, and then how many tackles, and pumping up guys to get sacks. I love doing that too. So there's definitely a lot of fun in that, and I'm definitely gonna keep on grinding for that too, and especially with all the supporters. And I thank all the supporters who've came in and supported you, and especially you, man. You've been one of.
I appreciate that.
I mean, you've been one of my long-time friends since having the season tickets, man. And I appreciate what you've done with me. And, of course, I know we've had some unfortunateness of me not being able to get up to Canada soon,
It'll happen. It'll happen soon. BC Lions game. You'll be up here next summer seeing in July. We'll make that happen. And it's gonna be good. I know it's a little prelude to the NFL. You know, watch a little CFL football. So you know, you got John Ryan, former Seahawk, that's with the Saskatchewan Roughriders right now.
But he's always going to be a Seahawks legend.
Yeah, he is. And so we had Chris Matthews, who almost was the Super Bowl MVP. Very close.
If we hadn't, you know, thrown on the one, but unfortunately,
which we won't discuss, which we won't talk about.
But other than that, let's get back to the topic. Let's talk about, you know, Ed Dixon, our tight end, is going to be out 4 to 5 weeks. Unfortunately, I don't know. I mean, he had some sort of injury issue though too. But you remember last year he was out a little while, and yet we still were able to hang in there. And when he came in, he had a big impact too. I mean, but we were still able to hang in there while he was out. So, I mean, I think it'd be best to rest Ed Dixon. I'd be all right if he misses week 1, because I know we got other guys to hold up with the tight end spot.
Disley's going to be. He's coming off an injury too, Disley, right? So we got to make sure he's healthy and not overwork him, right? That's the other thing.
Yep.
You don't want to play him too much because, you know, Disley's legit. He's a really good tight end, right? So he's gonna be like, you know, probably Russell's go-to guy.
And then we got Jacob Hollister too, who we traded from the Patriots to get, and then Nick Van Nett. Hopefully Van Nett can do good. You know, I mean, Van Nett's had. I mean, hopefully Van Nett can get a little better. I mean, he did pretty good last year too, but let's see what kind of year he has this year too. I mean, I'm hoping for the best for him too. I mean, because he's made some plays for us last year too.
He definitely has. You know, I think a tight end really. I mean, Disley's he's legit, and he's going to be the guy that's going to be like Russell's go-to guy. I think
he's a good blocker. He's a great catcher. You know, do you think? Has he kind of? I mean, not saying it because because this guy, he set the tight end position to a whole other level. I know he just retired after coming out with Super Bowl win, but has Will Disley shown maybe a couple of flashes of Rob Gronkowski-esque type play, like Gronkowski maybe?
Oh, he's a good. I'm not gonna put him in that class yet.
No way. We are not putting anyone in Rob Gronkowski's class because Rob Gronkowski's a goat, man.
Yeah, he's a future Hall of Famer. That guy. So I mean. But, having said that, though, you can always compare players and certain things they do to other players. And, he does have a lot of skill, and he does a lot of great things that resemble him in some cases, right? He runs hard. For example, he catches the ball. That game against Denver, he really played well in Denver, if you recall, the home opener.
Yeah, where he caught the first touchdown of the season.
Yeah, so, I mean, he played really well that game, from what I remember, right? But, unfortunately, the injury, that was really unfortunate. But, I think that hopefully, he can stay healthy because he's a really good player, right? And as far as the tight end position, I'm really happy with what we have actually at the tight end spot. I think overall, I like the complexion of this team. We'll see who makes the team on those other positions because there's a lot of competition, and these next preseason games, like I said, like how you like to call them, the first one, the
eye test. They're all eye tests, man.
All eye tests. We know who's starters, but there's going to be positions, and there's going to be some really good players that don't make the team, unfortunately.
Yeah.
There's going to be guys, unfortunately, that,
they get cut and waived and picked up by other teams.
Yeah, but, this might be some sort of, tape for other teams for them to get another shot somewhere else, right?
Yep.
Or another team that they would make, or maybe make a practice squad, worst comes to worst, right?
Yep.
So, it's going to be really good. It's going to be good competition tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to seeing tomorrow. The preseason, like I said, we know we have with our starters, but I'm really looking forward to seeing the rookies tomorrow. Our first look, especially DK Metcalf.
Hell yeah.
Because I remember how pumped you were watching that video, how pumped you were when
we drafted him. Yeah. And then also, not taking away when we said the thing about with the Gronkowski thing, but also we can't also leave out the fact about, other great tight ends like Tony Gonzalez and who just got inducted into the Hall of Fame, and then of course, future Hall of Famer Antonio Gates, or what those guys have done with the tight end position. Can't take away what those guys have done too. But we're just hoping that Disley can, show that flash, because so far George Kittle with San Francisco is pretty much ahead, because of Disley's injury, because Disley was showing his flashes to be one of the next best tight ends, and hopefully he can avoid the injury and just hopefully get going, because he and Russell had a pretty good connection in those first couple of games until the injury in Arizona last year.
Yeah, and that was tough. But like I said, it's a new year, and like I said, it's, some new expectations, right, for this upcoming season, right? So I think I know you're not into predictions and things of that nature, and we're not going to go there, but I think this team's going to do very well this year. I'll just leave it at that, right? As far as what we have and what we have in place.
Damn right. Damn right, man. We're just hoping for the best, and whatever. And like we always say, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah.
Do you think we got everything off already?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. In that case, everybody, thank you guys for tuning in. If you like what you heard from us, and if you like what you see, make sure to bang that thumbs up button, bang that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. Appreciate all of you guys that came in and supported over the years too. And until the next one, see y'all tomorrow. We got preseason action. Seahawks taking on the Denver Broncos at CenturyLink Field. I will be at that game. Aneesh will be at that game, and player interactions tomorrow, and some game footage, man. And until the next one, if you ain't with it, you ain't infamous. And as always, go Seahawks.